So this vehicle we have here today is the 2022 Ford F350 Super Duty, and this is an F350, not a 250, meaning it can carry a little more weight. And this one also has the Tremor package on it, and as I mentioned, it's all blacked out with the black appearance package. Now, if you look at the front, being a Lariat, you have these LED lights around here, which is a very signature Ford look on their Super Duty trucks. And because you have the Tremor package, we have some huge 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler tires, and there's a little bit of a lift on the truck, and also you have heavy-duty suspension. Now this vehicle is a 2022 model year, and this one in particular has the 7.3-liter, Ford calls it the Godzilla V8. Now that's a gasoline engine that they just developed. Now in 2023, these motors make about 430 horsepower and 485 pound-feet of torque. So in the upcoming model year, Ford's also offering a 6.8-liter version of this 7.3-liter engine, and that'll have 405 horsepower and 435 pound-feet of torque. Now, if you really want to get serious and you really need some serious towing, the 2023 F350 with the dual rear wheels and the high-output diesel engine can tow up to 40,000 pounds and has an 8,000-pound capacity for payload, which is totally insane. Now that engine, to pull all that weight, 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. So there are a lot of great features back here to help you with towing and obviously around the bed of the truck. One of them being this automatic tailgate, and another being this integrated step and handle to get in. And for somebody like me, it's only 5'7", that's a great feature. And everything stows away just as easily. Ta-da! The interior of the Super Duty is so full of features it's going to be hard to cover them all, but I'm going to do my very best. So obviously we have power windows, but one thing I really like, especially if you're towing, is we have power extending side mirrors, which is great, especially if you're sticking mirrors on the outside of things. If you're towing is always a pain. These extend electronically, which is awesome. And this being a Lariat, we have all the goodies. We have automatic dual zone climate control, heated and cooled seats, and we have this beautiful infotainment system display with the latest Ford Sync system technology. One thing I really like, seeing as this is a work truck and kind of a fun truck, if you have your buddies or you have a bunch of work people in the vehicle, a lot of people a lot of times drink a lot of coffee. So if we look here in the center console, we have 2 cup holders. However, slide this sucker over, you have 4 cup holders, and there are additional 2 back here. Also, we have wireless charging down here, a USB port, and a USB-C port. Let's not forget, it is a work truck. So we have plenty of storage in the center console where you can put a laptop, books, anything you need for the job site, and also there's a 12-volt outlet down here. Speaking of outlets, this truck has plenty. One down here, a few I mentioned over here, and we have a regular 110-volt outlet right here and another 12-volt. Not only do we have a regular sized glove box here, but Ford also offers this neat little cubby right here for pencils and notepads. This vehicle also has a beautiful entire length of cab panoramic sunroof, which is really cool for a large pickup truck like this. And while we're up here, I want to show you we have all these auxiliary switches. So if you need to switch to a PTO, you have lights, you have certain accessories that you want to add to this vehicle. The truck is all pre-wired to these auxiliary switches. Also, who doesn't feel cool flipping these like an airplane pilot? I'm such a child. So when it comes to Super Duty pickup trucks, I know a lot of you out there are experts and you can back up a trailer and all that. But if you're not an expert, like me, there are plenty of options on this truck that are going to help you tow your trailer. And if you don't have a trailer, this truck is a pretty big truck, but Ford's got you covered. We've got a 360 surround view camera here and a beautiful backup camera. Now most vehicles, generally when you put the vehicle in reverse, they give you that great camera. But you know, if you're at a camping spot or you're just in a tight parking lot, we've got a button right up here. You can engage your rear camera and your 360 view so you can navigate properly. So this F350 Lariat is actually not as imposing to drive as one might think. Actually, I was talking to my cameraman here, Morgan, and as soon as we got in it, I said, the turning radius in this truck is really good. And also, I don't know if you've driven a lot of Super Duty trucks, but a lot of times, you know, the light duty trucks, they have pretty good steering, but once you get to the Super Duties, it can be a little rubbery, and it doesn't do a very good job of communicating the road. I've got to say, even on these really big 35-inch tires, it's doing a really great job of telling me what's going on in the front end as we had it out on the road earlier. I'm really surprised. Now, this being an F350, I also thought the ride was going to be fairly compromised, obviously because of the payload capacity, but I've been driving it over humps and bumps and all kinds of things, and I've got to say, it is the best riding Super Duty and easily the quietest that I've driven. And I want to thank Tasca for letting me take this vehicle out, as it's kind of changed my mind on heavy-duty trucks. I have an 81 F250 myself, and it is amazing to see how far these have come from being just a strictly utility vehicle to something that can work really hard, you can take to dinner, and it's pretty much a do-it-all machine. It's a very impressive truck. Get down here and take one for a ride.